Good morning, everyone. I hope you and your families are doing well. In today's Halacha, we're going to talk about Pesa'h Sheni. Today happens to be Pesa'h Sheni, the 14th of Iyar. It's mentioned in Parashat Beha'alotcha that this is the one holiday that the Jewish people was able to make up in case a person wasn't able to bring the Korban Pesach, either because he was Tameh or because he was too far from Yerushalayim to be doing the Korban. Now, nowadays we don't have the Bet HaMikdash, so we cannot celebrate Pesa'h Sheni. However, we still have some flavor of Simcha on that day. Even though really nothing really should happen, there are some minhagim that we follow. So number one is when it comes to Tachanun. There is a big mahloket, a big discussion between the poskim. Do we say Tachanun? Don't we say Tachanun? The Pri Hadash says that we don't say Tachanun on Pesa'h Sheni, the 14th of Iyar, and this is what we follow. Even if the Peri Megadim said that we do say Tachanun because there is no really holiday anymore today. The Ben Ish Chai, there is a book called Likutei Mahariyah that he brings in his name that some people don't do Tachanun for 7 days, just like Pesach. So starting the 14th of Iyar for 7 days, also not to say Tachanun. But obviously we don't follow this shita. We don't say Tachanun only for today. When it comes to Erev Pesach Sheni, which means yesterday, the 13th of Iyar, so there is a mahloket when it comes to Mincha. Shacharit, of course, we say Tachanun, but Mincha of Erev Pesach Sheni, some people don't say, some people do say. Chacham Ovadia Yosef, brought by his son Rabbi David Yosef in Halacha Berurah Ho, that we do say Tachanun. It seems that in this community, we don't say the Tachanun like the other Shitot. So Nahara Upashteh. Each person should follow his minhag. There is another minhag that is about eating the Masah on Pesach Sheni. The Kitzur Shulchan Aruch says that we should have Masah on the day of Pesach Sheni, so today, and also on the night, the 15th of Iyar, since the mitzvah back then to eat the Masah was to eat it at night. Now, the Ben Ish Chai actually brings the minhag for today, but he asks, why don't we have the minyan to eat it at night? He does not really answer the question. There is a book called the Keli Hemda that says that at night there would be an issue of Bal Tosif, because since, according to the Torah, we are obligated today to only eat the Masah on the first night of Pesach, so by eating it at night on the 15th of Iyar, that would be something very similar to Bal Tosif, because there is such a thing as eating the mitzvah b'chiyuv, eating matzah b'chiyuv at night. During the day, there is no such obligation anytime during the year, so it's less of a problem. This is what they say. The Imre Esh brings the minhag that for that reason, people would eat matzah mevusheret, cooked matzah on the night of Pesach Sheni, meaning tonight, okay, the 15th of Iyar. This way, there wouldn't be an issue of Bal Tosif. However, the Hazon Ish, brought by Rabbi Hayoun Kanievsky, says that we don't eat matzah at all, because this is mentioned nowhere in the poskim. This is just an invention, and something that is not mentioned anywhere is not something that we should follow. It seems, however, that the minhag is to eat matzah in our communities on the day of Pesach Sheni, which means the 14th of Iyar itself. And the last thing interesting also is about Sipur Yetziat Mitzrayim. Do we have an obligation to talk about Yetziat Mitzrayim? So the Sefat Emet says it's mentioned nowhere, so we shouldn't have this obligation. However, we have some very renowned rabbis like the Maharal Miprag and also the Shalmei Simcha, who says, bring proof actually from the Gemara that there is a inyan to also share the Sipur Yetziat Mitzrayim on Pesach Sheni. So it's interesting, even though it seems that nobody really follows that, but there is such an opinion out there. Finally, Pesach Sheni also happens to be the Hilulah of Rabbi Meir Ba'al Hanes, and for this reason it's very appropriate and recommended to light a candle for his neshama, zechuto yagen alenu, and all Am Yisrael. Amen. Ken yehi ratzon. And on this I wish you all Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach.